Well, Merry Christmas to all of you out there today. Thanks for checking us out. We hope you're having a wonderful holiday. And thanks for spending part of that holiday with us for our Christmas special here on Locked On Big Ten. We're going to continue with the season of giving. What do we have for your favorite school in the Big Ten? Plus, the Gophers go bowling with a bit of a quarterback shortage. Very interesting story there. And you'll want to hang around to the end because, on Mondays, we usually do our Big Ten Top 10. We're going to do our top 10 Christmas classic TV characters. See if you agree with that. It's a great list. It's one of my favorites. All that coming up here on a Christmas edition of Locked On Big Ten.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Shemon. Thank you for making us your first listen each and every day and on this Christmas day as well. And I know you spent a lot of money for Christmas. This is free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube as well as part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, download the GameTime app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. We're going to give out Christmas wishes to all of the Big Ten teams. We'll see if you agree with that for your team, the special gift, plus Bowling Green in Minnesota in the Quick Lane Bowl tomorrow, plus our top 10 TV Christmas characters of all time. Be sure to subscribe down below. Again, it's free. You've spent all this money for Christmas, subscribe for free, click it, you're good to go, and you're in, and that really helps us out as well. And you can follow Locked On Big Ten for free wherever you get your podcast. That way, you get the latest episode of this podcast as soon as it becomes available each and every day. First of all, right off the top, I want to wish you and your family a wonderful Christmas. And if you dial us up today, we've got a special treat for you. Again, if I have the ability as Santa Claus to give your team, your school something special, we're going to grant that here today. So we'll run through the list. So here's the list I came up with. First of all, we're going to start off at the Big Ten office, right? And Commissioner Tony Petitti. The guy had a rough start. Right. The honeymoon was immediately over with. Within the first 100 days of his job, he was embroiled in a controversy where he had 13 Big Ten schools screaming at him to do something to Michigan and Jim Harbaugh and suspend him ahead of the NCAA Spygate investigation. So our wish to Commissioner Tony Petitti is that he has a controversy-free year in the year 2024. All right. Everything just be smooth. Just go to games and shake hands and have a good time. Much different than what he had to do this year. So let's tackle the rest of the Big Ten schools here. We're going to do it in alphabetical order, all right? We start with the Illinois Fighting Illini. Want to wish Brett Bielema restocked roster after a bit of a letdown season. But, I don't think Illinois is that far off. And it's exhibited by the fact they keep losing talent to the NFL. So they're getting good players there. This year was a bit of a nail biter for Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini. I would also wish for 2024 to be a little more relaxed. I think every one of their wins came down to the last minute or the last play of the game this year. It was crazy. In fact, I will also grant them some Pepto-Bismol or something for the stomach. It was just an unnerving year for them, I'm sure. And for the basketball team, Fighting Illini are ranked starting off the season. They look fairly decent, and let's hope that carries through the rest of the Big Ten season. For the Indiana Hoosiers, let's grant the wish that new coach Curt Cignetti gets off to a fresh start, a lot of hope. Let's hope he gets dialed into quarterback, an interesting recruit, transfer portal, all that. Let's get settled at quarterback. That's our wish for 2024 and get to a bowl game. And for Mike Woodson, we hope Santa brings the Hoosier basketball team a little bit of perimeter shooting, okay? Although not bad the other night, but it's been lacking a lot. To the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's very simple. Let's bring Kirk Ferentz an offense. That's it. That's the wish. Offense. Offense for Iowa. Very simple. Offensive coordinator, offense, move the ball downfield, use the receivers, all that. Everything else is fine there at Iowa. Basketball team off to a bit of a slow start this year. Not the women, though. Caitlin Clark, we wish for her. She gets as many scoring records as possible. Just absolutely tearing it up for the Lady Hawkeyes. To the Maryland Terps, we would like to wish Mike Loxley a great quarterback, right? You got big shoes to fill. Talia Tagovailoa is moving on. He's out of eligibility, on to the NFL, and he leaves the Big Ten as the all-time passing yardage leader. And those are big shoes to fill at quarterback for Maryland. Also, it was hard to watch Maryland. They started out 5-0, then they went on the losing streak, and then they tried to bounce back. My wish for them is a more even-keeled season in 2024. Got a couple of wishes for Michigan State. First, let's hope that new coach Jonathan Smith has a quick turnaround. He is hitting the ground running, rebuilding. We did a podcast on him just the other day. If you're a Michigan State fan, go back and find it. The quickest way is to go to our website, talkbig10number10.com. All of our podcasts are there. Everything is there. Merch, whatever you need, it's all there at the website. But we wish for him a quick turnaround on the rebuild for the Spartans, rebuilding the team on the fly. And for Tom Izzo, who was once ranked number 4 in the country with the Spartans basketball team, lost a bunch of games. Now, they were the ranked teams, and they were very slow out of the gate. They look like they're showing signs of coming out of it now. I think they'll be fine coming up in this basketball season. They're playing a tough schedule. That'll pay off for them in the long run. To Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines, we wish that they beat Alabama and beat either Texas or Washington to get a national championship this year. We also wish Harbaugh a suspension-free 2024. No suspensions. That would be an awesome wish. I don't know if it's going to happen. In hoops, we're also hopeful that Juwan Howard remains healthy. Just had open heart surgery in September. He's just now working his way back onto the sideline. We hope he is well. We wish PJ Fleck and the Minnesota Golden Gophers get a quarterback and return back to their winning ways in 2024. And we also hope they get a win over Bowling Green in the Quick Lane Bowl tomorrow. And for a guy that says row the boat, let's hope PJ Fleck has a nice boat as well. He's up there in the land of 10,000 lakes up there. He should have a boat. For Matt Rule and the Nebraska Cornhuskers, we hope that 5-star quarterback Dylan Raiola pans out as one of the great ones of all time. They stole him from Georgia right before signing day. Hope it pays off for them, and they have a lot of excitement at quarterback and on offense, and we wish them fewer turnovers in 2024. I think they had like 31 turnovers last year. Otherwise, they would have been a bowl team, which leads me to my next point. Our Christmas wish to Nebraska is that they end their bowlless streak and get to a bowl in 2024. For the Northwestern Wildcats, what an amazing year. We wish a calm year, first of all, following all the hazing scandal from last summer. And we also wish them as many 7-win seasons as they can get. They had a remarkable 7-win season after winning 1 game last year. We hope this is the new norm for Northwestern. And if you're not a diehard Big Ten fan, maybe you didn't know exactly what David Braun had to go to as the interim coach and now the head coach there. But he did such a good job. He was the Big Ten Coach of the Year this year, and it was much deserved. We also want more national coverage of their basketball team because we're big fans of Boo Buie. We like saying Boo Buie. He's a great player. He's a lot of fun. He's exciting to watch. Watch some Northwestern basketball this year. For Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes, maybe a little less heat for Ryan Day. Let's tone down the hot seat talk for Ryan Day. He's won 90% of his games, for crying out loud. That's pretty good. But we wish him to have a good quarterback in 2024. Of course, Kyle McCord left, and maybe Aaron Nolan will be the real deal, the new recruit they just got. Maybe he'll show some promise next season if he gets on. I know he's got like 3 quarterbacks they're going to be working out on in the spring and in the fall as well. So see what happens with Ryan Day at Ohio State. And for the Penn State Nittany Lions, here's what you need for Christmas. You need 2 speedy wide receivers that you can throw to downfield. That's all you need. Everything else is there. Spread out the offense, get it going downfield a little bit, get vertical. That's it. That's all you need under the tree. All right, time to open up that offense and play some complementary football with that awesome defense that you have. To the Purdue Boilermakers, we wish Ryan Walters a better defense in 2024. That's his specialty. He was a defensive coordinator at Illinois. They gave up a lot of points this year. They also need a wide receiver because they just lost one in the portal, and we hope a better year for Hudson Card. We had a lot of expectations for him coming in from Texas this year. Had an up and down year. Showed a lot of promise, though. I think he could be a good quarterback next year. And for Greg Schiano and Rutgers, we wish a little more explosion on the offensive end to go with that very pesky defense. They did, I think Greg Schiano does more with less when he's over there at Rutgers. And we wish them luck versus the U. They take on Miami in the Pinstripe Bowl. So those are our wishes there. And for the Wisconsin Badgers, a Christmas wish would be to get that explosive air raid offense that you talked about having this year. Luke Fickell showed up. The personnel was geared for a big running game, big tackles, big powerful running backs. They had to run the ball, and they really didn't have the quarterback in place. I think they may now, but it was unrealistic for him and Phil Longo to just flip the script and all of a sudden become an air raid team with that team he inherited. But he's had a year now, a couple more recruits, portal kids. I think they're going to get there at Wisconsin. And finally, my wish for our Locked On Big Ten audience. Please, first of all, thanks for always checking us out. But please tell a friend about us. If you knew an alum, a friend, somebody just loves the Big Ten. We took over this channel in late June, early July. We had 1,200 subscriptions on YouTube, for example, and now we're up to 5,500. Our goal is to cross 10,000 by the time football season gets there. That's our 2024 goal. I think we'll get there. Plus, with the addition of all the fan bases from USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington, I think we'll get there with your help. But we appreciate all of you that jumped on board here this particular year. And by the way, if you are an audio-only listener, not on YouTube, feel free. Hey, check us out more. We got like, I don't know, 10,000 unique listeners that maybe listen 3 times a month. Listen to us 3 times a week. Make it a regular thing. Let's increase that. Let's get it to grow. Certainly appreciate you guys that we have there on the audio side as well. And all of you can feel free to visit our website, talkbig10, talkbig10.com. All of our podcasts there. You get some Big Ten merch. If you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, go there, check it out. And I think you'll like it a lot. And in all, I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and thank you for checking us out this year. But don't go anywhere because we still have more to do here. First of all, we're going to take a look at Bowling Green in Minnesota, taking on the Gophers are in a bowl game tomorrow. And we're going to look at that with an interesting quarterback situation. Plus, we have our top 10 Christmas classic TV characters of all time. We will list all that. It's coming up just in a minute on a special Christmas edition of Locked On Big Ten. Maybe you're getting somebody some tickets to a game for a Christmas gift later on in the year. It could be basketball, football, baseball, comedy, a concert. Get the GameTime app. Get your tickets there. If you're the person in charge of getting tickets, this makes your job easier. You can find easy to find tickets of any event. They also have a great feature I like at GameTime. They have a picture of every seat from every ticket that you're about to buy. You can see the view of what you're about to buy before you click it and buy it. They've got their lowest price guarantee. They got event cancellation protection. So you get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, you name it. They've got it. And you get it in a matter of seconds. Just a couple of taps on your phone. Boom, you're good to go. And the tickets are sent directly to your phone. So you don't have to fumble through your email or anything like that. Here's how you get the tickets. Stress-free on GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and the redeem code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. You can download GameTime today, and they got last-minute tickets. GameTime, lowest price, guaranteed. So thank you. Again, I can't thank you enough on this holiday of giving. Thank you very much for making us your first listen every day, especially you everydayers out there. Meanwhile, be sure to subscribe. That'd be your Christmas gift to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, just click it. It's free, and you're in. Part of our Big Ten club. And you could share and follow and like Locked On Big Ten, your team every day. All right, let's talk about now the Quick Lane Bowl. Tomorrow, 7-5 Bowling Green against 5-7 Minnesota. It's at 2:00. Minnesota's about a 3.5 point favorite in this game. It's in Detroit at Ford Field. The series, they played 4 times before the tied at 2. Minnesota came up short and trying to get to bowl eligibility this year. Just 5 wins. They didn't get the 6th win. It was a disappointing season by those standards. But when all the bowl bids went out, they didn't have enough teams with 6 or more wins, so they then went in line for the 5-win teams. And there's a category of academics, and if you're the highest, Minnesota was the highest on the list in an academic sense and things that they checked off on the boxes. So they got the invite. They're the first one to fill the gap there. One of the 5-win teams to get a bowl game because of their academic standards. So that's what got them invited. Now their overall bowl record is 11-12. They've won 6 straight bowl games. The Gophers relied on a strong defense this season. They were led by Tyler Nubin, who had 5 interceptions. Fun player to watch. Tyler Nubin set a Minnesota career record with 13 interceptions. But Minnesota has an interesting situation going on at quarterback. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, who, look, he struggled this year. But he stated all season that he was in. He was into the culture. He loved the row the boat culture there with PJ Fleck and the whole deal. But then after the Purdue game, they got beat pretty soundly. And the word is he felt like he was taking too much heat from PJ Fleck, and they got into a verbal altercation, and it was public. It was out in public, and he said, "I'm out of here." So he's gone. Transfer portal, gone. Pretty mild-mannered kid, too, from what I understand. But anyway, didn't take the heat, wanted to get out of there. And so everybody's gone. He's gone. Backups are gone. Senior backup Cole Kramer, he was done. He's like, "I'm out of here." Cole Kramer didn't throw a single pass this year as a senior backup quarterback. And he only threw, I think, about 8 passes last year, completed 5 of them for 41 yards. Really unplayed. He's done. He's out of there, right? Senioritis. I'm going to go on. I'm graduating. I'm getting married, getting a job, and getting out with my life. Great football career. It's over. Well, they called him up. They said, "Hey, got a situation here. We need a quarterback. We need to hang around for another month. How about we scratch together $30,000 in nil money? We'll give it to you, help you pay for your wedding. You play quarterback for us because we don't have a quarterback. We have to go to a bowl game now. We don't have a quarterback. How would you like to come back?" So that's the story with Cole Kramer. If you see him playing in that bowl game, interesting behind-the-scenes story. On the other side at Bowling Green, Connor Bazelak is their quarterback. That may be a familiar name to you. He once played at Indiana. He's bounced around a little bit. Threw for 1,700 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. And, he's with the Hoosiers back in 2022. So that's a quick look at the bowl game coming up. If you're just checking us out, we got a lot going on here at Locked On. In addition to Locked On Big Ten. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. It's in addition to this one. And it's called Locked On Sports Today. It's 24/7 sports covering the top sports stories of the day. Local experts have Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. This show is on there as well, running shows on a loop 24/7. It's always out there. So go to Locked On Sports Today on YouTube and subscribe there after you subscribe here on Locked On Big Ten, and check out the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel. All right. This has been fun. We have more fun coming up. All right. We are going to take a look at the top 10 Christmas classic TV characters of all time, according to me. You can agree or disagree. Maybe I left one off. You can hit me up on the comments on Twitter at X, Talk Big Ten, number 10. Also on our website, talkbig10number10.com, and the comments here on YouTube. We got all that coming up right here in 1 minute on Locked On Big Ten. Have you done FanDuel yet? Have you checked it out? I mean, the weather's getting colder in the wintertime, but these NFL offers are hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money line bet. That's $150 if your team wins. So if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, stop thinking, start doing. There's no better time to get in the action. They have everything. Money line, point spreads, over-unders, prop bets, everything. It's all there. It's fun. It's easy to read. Very simple. I'll give you a couple of hot tips. It's Christmas Day, right? There's 3 NFL games today. There's one tonight, Ravens and 49ers. That line keeps moving up. It's 5.5, 6, depending on where FanDuel, I think, has it at 5.5 right now. Here's the deal. Take the Ravens. I know the 49ers. You're going, whoa, Craig, they're hot. The 49ers may win, but they're not winning by 5 or 6 points. This is going to be a close game, and the Ravens are going out there on a mission. First of all, the Ravens have been destroying NFC teams, number one. Number two, they're a little upset they're an underdog here. They think they're the best team. They're going to go out on the West Coast with a mission. Take the Ravens against the 49ers. My Christmas gift to you, my tip to you. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL. All right, so let's check this out. We are going to take a look at, normally, if you're new to us, we on Mondays, we do our Big Ten Top 10. It's the top 10 observations by me over the weekend. Usually it's sports related. We're going to have some fun here today, and we are going to take a look at our top 10 Christmas characters of all time. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put it Charlie Brown Christmas Special at number 10. Everybody loves Charlie Brown, right? Everybody. All right, let's see here. At number 9, Elf, played by Will Ferrell. That movie's on a constant loop somewhere during the holiday season. And what are the 4 basic food groups for Elf? It's candy cane, corn syrup, and syrup, right? Those are the 4 food groups for Elf. All right, who else we got here on our list? Let's check out at number 8, Ralphie from Christmas Story. A little blonde kid with the glasses, got the BB gun. That's a classic. I think his character is a classic as well. At number 8. At number 7, Bumble, the abominable snowman from the claymation stop motion 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That, by the way, is my personal favorite. I love that very much. In fact, we'll have some more characters from that one popping up as well. But Bumble, the abominable. Remember, they gave him a job first of all, Bumble's bounce. We learned that. And also, he had the gave him a job at the end. Came into the North Pole, Christmas Eve, was able to put the star up on the tall tree because he was so tall. Yeah, looky what he could do. Okay. At number 6, Frosty the Snowman. Remember what does he say? Every time they put the hat on him, he came back to life. Happy birthday, right? Go figure. That was his thing. But yeah, that's mine. That's at number 6 on our list of our top 10 Christmas TV characters from the classics. All right, let's see what else we got here. At number 5, Yukon Cornelius, the silver and gold prospector from Rudolph. Again, the claymation one. Got the big orange beard out there on a sleigh with his dogs. Love that character. Got him at number 5. Very underrated. It's very underrated. At number 4, Snow Miser. This is a year without a Santa Claus, right? Mother Nature has 2 kids, Snow Miser, and at number 3, my personal favorite, Heat Miser. In a year without Santa Claus. Heat Miser makes everything hot. He wants it to be hot down in the south. Of course, Snow Miser wants it to snow in the north. It's a whole big controversy. Spoiler alert. All right, let's see what else we got here. At number 2, all right, so Rudolph from the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, top 10 Christmas characters of all time. You got to have Rudolph in there. He's a big deal. But you know who's a bigger deal? Boom. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. You know, to him, wearing the hat today, Santa Claus is the real deal. And that could be from any TV show, but I like the one the best in the Rudolph claymation. I'll share you a little story. So I watched this every year since I was about 3 or 4 years old, multiple times. Loved it. And when I was a kid, of course, I'm more mature now, but when I was a kid watching this, when Rudolph's nose would pierce through the fog on his way to the island of the misfit toys to save all the toys, gave me chills, man. It was like, oh wow, they're heroes. This is awesome. You're gonna get all the toys, scoop them up off the island, and they're finally gonna find a home. It's riveting. It's fantastic. I hope this isn't a spoiler alert for anybody. And then when Santa's zipping through the clouds in the moonlight at the end. I was so jacked up and excited. I couldn't go to sleep. Couldn't go to sleep because Santa was coming. It was awesome. I did have one concern about that, though. Remember, he started dropping the toys off from the sleigh flying through the sky, gave him an umbrella that was supposed to act as a parachute, and the toy was supposed to know where to go. I was always concerned, hoping that they were okay when they landed. Because, I mean, when a parachute, it was an umbrella. How ridiculous. Anyway, that was my favorite. Thought I would share that with you here. So, again, Santa's number 1, Rudolph number 2, Heat Miser and Snow Miser 3 and 4. Of course, their mother was Mother Nature. Yukon Cornelius coming in at number 5. Frosty the Snowman at number 6. Bumble the Abominable Snowman at 7. Got Ralphie from Christmas Story at 8. Elf, played by Will Ferrell, at number 9. And the Charlie Brown Christmas Special at number 10. I know I left something off here. Maybe you're a Bing Crosby type or White Christmas. Maybe you want one of those. You can go old school with some of those other Christmas specials. There's billions of them. I did not put anything from the Hallmark Channel on here. I can't. And it's on all the time in our house. I just can't do it. Every plot line's the same. Some girl revisits the old hometown, finds an old boyfriend, has a previous boyfriend. Careers collide, big career in the big city. Got to come to this small town that's all ready for Christmas. Big decision to make with the life. Basically, it's the movie Sweet Home Alabama down into a Christmas story is what it is, right? Anyway, if you enjoy that sort of thing, and many of you do, enjoy it. They're on all the time. They're an absolute joy. So that's it. Merry Christmas. All right. That'll do that for this. And that's it for our Christmas special. I hope you enjoyed it. I know many of you are busy on this day, but I figure after the presents are opened and everything's cleaned up and Santa's come and gone, maybe you're sitting on the couch and maybe not putting toys together. You needed a break. Watch a little podcast for Locked On Big Ten. We appreciate it. Along the way, if you want to hit us up on Twitter or X, it's Talk Big Ten, number 10. You can also hit us up on YouTube with the comments. I'll be going through Christmas weekend and going through those comments as well. And also, don't forget, hit up our website, talkbig10number10.com. Lots of great stuff on there, including previous podcasts. If you're just discovering us and you want to go back and check some stuff out, we would really appreciate that. In the meantime, if you haven't yet, subscribe. That really helps. Again, it's free. You spend all this money on Christmas. Subscribing is free. Just click it. Boom. You're done. It doesn't require anything else. And please feel free to follow this podcast, especially if you're audio only, on your favorite podcast app, and you will get the latest episode of Locked On Big Ten as soon as it becomes available each and every day. And again, if you're new, these usually go out. I know we changed our times a little bit here for Christmas Day, made them a little later, but normally the audio podcast is out at around 4 a.m. and available for you all day. The video one on YouTube comes out about 6. That seems to be working pretty well for us, but that's when they're out. But if you're subscribed, you just get it and you're ready to go. Also, don't forget Locked On Sports Today, the 24/7 streaming sports stories all day long on another Locked On channel, brand new. Feel free to check that out here over the holiday and get yourself subscribed for that as well. That will do it. I, again, want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. We'll be back tomorrow, back on a regular schedule and looking at more bowl games for the Big Ten teams. So we're excited about that. Good luck to all the Big Ten teams that are bowl. Most of you are. If you're in the Big Ten, you're going to a bowl game for the most part, except for a handful of schools that we wish better success for in 2024. So that'll do it. Until next time, I'm Craig Shemon for Locked On Big Ten. Merry Christmas, everybody.